147,000 people are believed to have been killed in the past 18 years of war in Afghanistan, with the Taliban and armed groups on one side and the Afghan government backed by NATO on the other. In 2018, almost 11,000 civilians were killed or injured, a figure that has nearly doubled in 9 years. The spike in suicide attacks by insurgents and airstrikes by pro-government forces have had a direct impact on last year's rise in civilian casualties. Kabul is a city under siege. An attack can occur at any time, and security incidents are part of everyday life. Almost half of all insurgent suicide attacks took place in the capital last year. The surgical center of the international NGO Emergency in Kabul is a safe haven for war victims coming from all over the country. Dozens of patients flock here every day, and a quiet night is rare. The morning handover is a list of complex war-related cases. The sub-intensive care unit is never empty.
Usually, the patient who is with a penetrating chest injury, penetrating abdomen or belly injury with a bullet, shell, or any object, this is the laparotomy that was penetrating with the belly. This is also laparotomy with the penetrating of the belly, bullet injury to the abdomen.
Almost 1,000 children were killed in Afghanistan last year. There were also 2,000 injured. Nearly half were treated here. 12-year-old Mustafa was caught in crossfire. His legs were paralyzed. He had 2 fractured vertebrae. His daily rehabilitation is slowly showing results. The doctors say in a month he will start walking again.
I was in the field working with my father when I got hit by a bullet. I was hit on the right side and the bullet got stuck in the left side of my shoulder. The first thing I want to do is go back to school.
A team of almost 400 doctors, surgeons, physiotherapists and nurses work 24 hours a day to treat the most life-threatening conditions. 2 years ago, 130 people came at once following a blast. The center has been expanded and staff trained to manage a sharp increase of mass casualties.
Every organ can have injury, and they need timely decision and action. There is need of a hospital to take care of everything at the same time. For example, in normal situation, hospitals have different departments. So in war wounded, you cannot do that. It will take time, and we will lose the patient. Or one trauma surgeon can take care of all these things at the same time.
Some war survivors will bear the marks of conflict forever. Abdul is a father of 7. He was on a bus bringing administration workers home when a car drove by and exploded. It was a suicide attack in Kabul early June.
I realized my legs had gone. I crawled and I pushed myself out of the bus. My brother, who was sitting in the back, managed to jump out. I asked him to help me as I was burning. He saved 3 other lives that day, not my uncle. I saw him melting.
Europe supports life-saving services in the country. EU humanitarian aid has stepped up support for trauma care and facilitates access to healthcare in areas where regular services are disrupted.
About 25% of our overall budget currently is going towards war trauma services.
How hard is it to provide this kind of assistance in a country like Afghanistan?
It's increasingly difficult. The health mission is really under attack right now. We've seen that since the start of the year, over 100 facilities have been attacked. Which basically means that a lot of the people have lost access to those facilities, but also that it's increasingly dangerous for health workers to be working in the facilities.
Technology and expertise can attain the impossible. Atagul lost part of his skull and brain in a blast, but after multiple surgeries he's recovering. Yet, patients left with disabilities are released in a country with no social assistance, where 55% of the population lives in poverty.